Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We've got these things here now, and you can see them over there along the road. See, they're all over the road. And that means that the commune here, or the city, the closest city, believes it's starting to become winter in Sweden. Of course, they put them up a little bit earlier than that, so it's not going to be like we're going to get snow tomorrow, but because they have got a lot of roads to do. But yeah, every year in Sweden, they put these poles here in the ground at the beginning of winter, and at the end of the winter, they come to collect them again. So yeah, winter is coming. Now let's get to the main subject of this vlog. Yeah, foxes. I live here in the middle of the forest here in Sweden, and I live here together with foxes. So as some of you know that follow my vlog, I have recently set up some security cameras on my house. For multiple reasons. One, I've had people in my gardens that weren't welcome here. I've had people trying to move things around in my garden to check if I was home or not. That's a thing thieves do. Here, I'll show you. Like a thief would come to the side of my house and see this thing here, and they would just grab it and toss it over there, right? And then when a thief a few hours later drives past my house, maybe he leaves it for a couple of days, and then after a couple of days, when he sees this thing hasn't moved, they know nobody's home, so we can go rob the place. Now, that has happened a couple of times. That's another reason why I set up the cameras. I've had problems with the neighbor's cows. That's another reason why I set up the cameras. But I also really wanted to see all the animals around my house. So after setting up the cameras, I've filmed so many videos of foxes. Yeah, apparently we've got two, as far as I can tell on camera, two foxes that like to be around my house. And I think it's awesome. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of that footage that I filmed of the foxes around my place. It's all blurry security camera video, so it's not great video, but I'll do my best in editing to make it as visible as possible. Here is the first video. As you can see, we've got a fox walking on the road. He is quite a distance away, but still you can tell it's a fox and not a bunny or a badger. Next time we saw two foxes. In one video they were actually walking there together. You can see one climbing on my steps and one going on the parking lot over the stones and on the grass next to the tree. Here I will point them out to you. Later, one of them came back and decided to sniff around a little bit on the parking lot, being very stealthy and blending into the background. Now we switch to my other camera, and you can see one standing around here in front of my kitchen door. We decided we could feed them a little bit. Now I know what you're gonna say. It's bad to feed foxes because you don't want foxes to become dependent of human-given food. But of course I am aware of this. I googled it a little bit and it isn't that big of a problem if you don't feed them too much. Just a few little snacks for them to, come by and pick up. But then, to get a full meal, they still need to go out and hunt. You will see that the fox often pees on the food that we have given him to let other foxes know, like, hey, this is my food. And after dinner, this guy just walks onto the table, feels the couch pillow, bites the couch pillow, and then decides, I can walk on the couch. Little rascal. And luckily for us, it also decided to pay us a visit early in the morning, so we get a color video of him. And then there's this little butthead. He came right out of the forest, smelt the car, pooped next to the car, and then went right back into the forest. What a butthead. I decided to put the camera on the floor and have the light of the camera activate on movement. And the fox didn't get scared of the light and actually gave us a nice little show eating in front of the camera. This time I just fed it a raw egg that I cracked open for it, and he seems to enjoy it so much. And look how healthy this fox looks. His fur is so pretty, no signs of any mange or anything. It's a really nice, healthy fox. Now I hope you all enjoyed that. I really enjoy seeing the camera footage. Every time I see a fox on the camera footage, it makes me a little bit happier. And of course, lots of you are gonna have questions like, are foxes gonna be dangerous? If you move to Sweden and you have foxes in your forest, what should you expect? Well, the first thing to expect is a lot of poop. They poop and pee everywhere. But, you know, I'm okay with that because not too long ago I didn't really have a kitchen. And when I did build my kitchen, there's birds throwing acorns out of the tree. Look, I can just... hands full of acorns. Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You remember maybe a couple of vlogs ago when I made that beautiful little door for my kitchen? That tiny little door. And that door I made for two reasons. Because I needed access to water in my kitchen, to the water hoses that I can turn on and off, and to plug that hole. That hole let mice into my house. And I don't want mice in my house. So I love the fact that I have foxes around my house that are gonna hunt those mice, and the smell of those foxes, and sadly the fox poop, is gonna keep the mouse away from my house, which is a good thing. I was thinking about actually making like a birdhouse for owls, but it's hard to get owls, and I got blessed with some foxes instead. So that's a really nice way to, in a natural way, to do some pest control around my house. So that's one big reason why I don't mind having foxes, and I'll deal with a little bit of fox poop for that reason. But you know, it's a balance. Everything has balance, you know. Now you might be wondering, are foxes dangerous to have around? No. Foxes are very skittish. They are afraid of people. They're afraid of dogs. They're afraid of almost everything. If you have a very small dog, it's not even really something to be concerned about. The only thing you can be concerned about is mange. The foxes here in Sweden don't have rabies, but they do have mange. Now, as you saw, the fox on this video was very pretty. It had no mange, its fur looks very healthy, so I shouldn't be worried about Indy and Binky. But there are foxes that look very rugged and rough and they have mange, so you want to keep your dogs away from them, just to make sure that your dogs don't get mange as well. Now, if you are growing berries or any kind of fruit in your garden, foxes might want to eat that. You know, that's something you're gonna have to deal with. Now, luckily we're at the end of the growing season here. I'm not growing that much stuff in the garden anymore. Most of the tomatoes are done. We never really got a good harvest of our blueberries. But otherwise, the foxes might want to eat those. Which is another small reason why I'm feeding them a little bit. I'm not feeding them a lot. Even with the food I give them, foxes would still need to go collect their own food. And that way I make sure that there aren't solely relying on the food I give them. I just give them a little snack and I make sure that snack is tastier than the tomato plants, and hopefully they'll leave my tomato plants alone because of that. But you know, I know it's controversial. Some people don't like feeding wild animals like that, but I don't mind it. Like I said, I want to have those foxes around to take care of the mice. Now, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I loved making it. It was a lot of fun seeing those foxes scurry around in my garden on the security cameras. I actually managed to see one in person when I was out walking and it was just running out of my garden. A very pretty little animal. It was bigger than Binky and a little bit smaller than Indy, so they get an idea of the size of him. But yeah, I won't make another video with just them casually rocking around in my garden. I am gonna keep collecting the videos, but I will show you more fox security camera videos if something very interesting happens. But for now, they just live in my garden and the surrounding forest, and I'm happy about it. So, I know lots of you are gonna have something to say about this. Not everybody's going to agree with me feeding them a little bit. But, you know, I would love to hear your comments. If you don't agree, keep it civil and tell me why it's not a good idea and what I could do to keep the foxes around for mouse control without feeding them. But otherwise, please comment, subscribe. Talking about subscribing, please check if you're still subscribed. YouTube has lately been unsubscribing people from YouTube channels without their permission. This is just a little flaw in the system and it happens sometimes. So check if you aren't subscribed to my channel and just hit that little red subscribe button and don't miss another video. So see you all next time. Bye. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to support us or just want something that Lee Howe has made, you can buy this little notebook, Look for Stars. The links are in the description, all on Amazon, and you can buy them. See, you can make some beautiful notes in there. The video that just popped up, that one is, according to YouTube, something you will like. So try looking at that one. See you all later. Bye.